All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming live from our Joburg office. Good morning and welcome back to the opening bell with myself, Tshepo and Ashley. And this is brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy every Mondays to Fridays at 9, streaming live on YouTube. We are going to be back on Facebook very soon. All right. Thank you to those who are joining us for the first time. Please do subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment down below, and let's get the engagement rolling. All right. So this morning, it's a Thursday. We are slowly approaching the end of the week. And so we are gonna go back to the stock market, right? We're gonna go back and look at some stocks, right? Some companies we have been talking about for the most part of last year. We're gonna do updates. We haven't really spoken about them this year, so we're gonna go back and do updates on those stocks and see how we can or what we can anticipate moving forward, right? And see which price action we can prepare for, where opportunities are, and how we can navigate around the recent price movements, the fundamentals around that. All right. So this morning we've got BMWG. We're going to talk about BMW, the stock price. We're going to talk about Berkshire Hathaway. We're also going to talk about Palantir. All right. Now, starting with Palantir. So Palantir released its Q4 earnings this week, and it beat market expectation. It beat Wall Street expectation. And what happened was price surged towards the upside. All right. But now after that, the market continued dropping and continued declining. And this is the decline that we see, the decline that started in December, and price has been bearish, bearish, bearish. This week, earnings came out, price surged a little bit, but still continued towards the downside. All right, so this is what we're seeing. So we are looking at this from the weekly time frame, and we're trying to see if this bearish leg or momentum is going to change the whole structure, which we don't see that as yet. We don't think it's going to change the overall structure as yet. What we're seeing is just the market correcting, forming a correction, and we've got the 50 and the 61.8 levels of the Fibonacci where we can easily see price declining down to, right, or trading lower to. So yeah, so for the rest of this week, we're anticipating the stock price to keep declining, and as soon as it comes back down to the zone, we are anticipating a continuation towards the upside. So we are going to be looking for price action confirmations, confluences, for us to then forecast and project that price is going to push towards the upside. So that's what we're waiting for down here. So this is how it's looking on the weekly time frame. So obviously on the lower time frames, you can just monitor price for some short-term downward momentum. All right, so yeah, so Palantir, we're just waiting for it to come back down here, and then we're going to start looking for this possibility. And then we've got Berkshire Hathaway. All right, Berkshire Hathaway, I'm also using the weekly chart on this, the daily weekly chart on this. We can see that, okay, before I get to the technicals, remember last year Warren Buffett announced that he's going to be stepping down as the CEO, but still be a member of the board, the chairperson of the company, right? So he's going to step down from the CEO position, and he appointed someone to assume the position this year, actually, right? In January, that's when the new CEO assumed the position. And when that happened, there was a bit of investor confidence was a bit shaky. There was a bit of uncertainty, and price actually dropped from that. But as the year progressed, and then as investors started to understand the new CEO and their policy and how much Warren Buffett left or is leaving behind, right? And so forth and so on. So that's when now the market started to pick up, basically. And we've seen that pick up, and we are seeing, according to the current structure, the market has resumed trading towards the upside. So on the daily weekly time frame, we are seeing that the market has found support on 481.8 and has aggressively pushed, I think over 4% towards the upside. It's aggressively pushed towards the upside, and according to structure, we anticipating price to head back to 513.9, right? There's a possibility that price could continue pushing up and head back to that high there. But according to the structure, we're just looking for price to first go back to that high, and then we'll see when price reaches that high what's going to happen, right? So there is definitely a short-term buy on this back to that high. So that is the Berkshire Hathaway stock, all right? Nice and simple fundamentals and simple price action. And then the last one here is going to be BMW. We've been talking about the BMW stock price, where there was a period where it lost a bit of momentum towards the upside, and then it came crashing down. And then there was a bit of uncertainty as well, due to, you know, its Chinese market declining, right? So BMW, its largest market is in China. So due to the Chinese EV, its manufactured vehicles in China, and due to its technology and how cheap it is compared to the BMW, it lost its market. So it's picking up at the moment, right? It's picking up. There's a bit of optimism around it. It's picking up. And so the current structure suggests that we are making a push back towards the upside. This is the current structure, all right? So we're anticipating one more push back up to 97.6. And then once price reaches that zone, we'll come back and talk more about this. It can further go all the way towards the upside, but as a near-term target, 96.63, that is the target we're looking at. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're seeing this morning. The stocks, right? BMW, Berkshire Hathaway, and Palantir. Nice opportunities we are seeing them. All right, and yeah, that's it from us this morning. Keep an eye on these, and then we'll come back with more updates. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck and cheers.